So, a quick question. Do you know who's responsible for getting your face creams, serums, and lipstick straight to you? Before you think I'm talking about those lab coat scientists and influencers, then you're wrong. It's a group that might not strike you at first because they've never been featured in any beauty brand campaigns. And if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm talking about women. And if you're thinking, oh well, he means those models from glossy ad campaigns, well, you're wrong again. I'm alluding to empowerment in action. Women farmers who grow botanical extracts that powers the billion-dollar beauty industry, yet get rarely seen or get credit. Well, you see, the beauty industry is moving big in cutting down plastic, protecting the environment, and transitioning to renewable energy. But they're also transforming lives, especially the lives of women who have been historically exploited, voiceless, and pushed from mainstream economy. Some of the beauty brands have taken this part of their social responsibility to engage women farmers from remote corners of the world to grow ingredients that make up your favorite creams and serums. And it's fascinating because ingredients like shea butter and argan oil that we find on product labels are a result of women farmers' hard work. And this is why today we are giving women farmers their due credit by looking at the top 5 beauty brands empowering them. Not through ads, not through taglines, but by investing in them for real. And before we dive in, I know identifying sustainable beauty products can be a challenge. And for this, I have some free resources to help you out in identifying a genuine sustainable beauty product and save your money. All you have to do is just scroll down to the description. The first link you see, click on it, enter your email, and some free resources will be delivered to you in your inbox. Now you see, beauty companies operate on a massive scale. To make a single product, they source different ingredients and botanicals from all over the world. From shea nuts in Africa to argan oil in Morocco to aloe in India. All these steps, from gathering raw materials to packaging and distribution, form what's called a supply chain. It's the invisible network that keeps every beauty product on your shelf alive. And right at the beginning of that chain, before the labs, the logistics, and the marketing teams, stand women farmers. They're the ones cultivating the plants and oils that make your serums smooth, your lotions fragrant, and your shampoos effective. Yet for decades, their contributions went completely unnoticed. Now that's changing because a few forward-thinking companies realized that empowering women at the start of the supply chain doesn't only make a good story. It creates better products, stronger communities, and a fairer world. So these brands started training women farmers, mobilizing them into cooperatives, and started linking them with the global market. And when money started to flow into their hands, everything changed. Their children could go to school, they could access healthcare, and most importantly, they finally had a say in their own lives. And here's a look at the brands that are truly changing lives, creating impact on women farmers, and giving you a reason to choose your next beauty product a little more consciously. At number 5 is Josie Maran Cosmetics, a US-based beauty brand that built its entire philosophy on one simple, game-changing ingredient: argan oil, the golden elixir of Morocco. Every drop of that oil begins its journey in UNESCO-protected forests of southern western Morocco, where women cooperatives handpick, crack, and extract this liquid gold. These cooperatives are more than just suppliers, they're lifelines. The women working there are often from rural Berber communities with limited access to education and formal employment. Through these co-ops, they receive direct, fair wages, financial training, and literacy support, giving them both income and independence in regions where women have historically had little of either. Josie Maran's partnership with these cooperatives goes beyond buying oil. The brand commits to paying the women directly, helping them send their children to school and reinvest in their villages. Unlike most companies that purchase through middlemen, Josie Maran's model keeps value chain transparent and equitable, making sure the women who create the product share in its success. It's a quiet revolution that has changed how the world views sustainable sourcing. In fact, the global boom of argan oil, now being used by countless brands, can be traced back to these initiatives, where sustainability met social justice. Even the Guardian noted how these Moroccan cooperatives transformed from subsistence groups into thriving enterprises, with Josie Maran among the few brands keeping that fair trade spirit alive. And while the brand doesn't publish any exact number of women that have been trained or employed, the impact is visible. Thousands of Moroccan women today earn a dignified living through these co-ops, preserving their land, their culture, and their autonomy. And next time, if you see that sleek amber bottle with 100% argan oil pasted on it, remember this: it's not skincare. It's a story about how empowerment is bottled at the source, and a reminder that beauty at its best can uplift lives halfway across the world. While Josie Maran proved that small brands can make changes, the next one scaled impact across communities that you've probably never heard of. At number 4, we head straight into the heart of Amazon rainforest, to a brand that believes that beauty isn't about extraction but coexistence. If you've ever seen the name Natura appearing on a product label, then you might have thought that this is one of those botanical brands. But behind that green logo lies an example of how a business can protect the people and the planet. For over 2 decades, Natura has built its products around ingredients grown by women and indigenous farmers across the Amazon. Things like asahi, murumuru butter, and anjiroba oil. These aren't just fancy names on a moisturizer bottle. They are the result of partnerships with over 7,300 small producers from 44 communities across Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. And here's what's remarkable. Instead of buying raw materials from agri-businesses, Natura has direct sourcing contracts with farming communities, teaching women farmers sustainable harvesting methods so they can earn fair, steady incomes without cutting a single tree down. And this model has gone over to protect 2 million hectares of Amazon forest. Yes, 2 million, while building women-led micro-enterprises that produce everything from seed oils to natural fragrances. For women in these remote regions, this isn't work, it's dignity. It means to have their own income, to be able to send their children to school and not migrate to urban slums. And this is a story which always gets me. This is about a group of women farmers in the Kahari region of Brazil who used to sell fruit pulp at less than $1 for a kilo. After joining Natura's community sourcing program, they earn more than 5 times, not as laborers, but as entrepreneurs selling high-value oils in the global skincare market. Natura didn't just buy from them. They built a system that helped their own supply chain. Now, whenever you encounter a beauty product with Natura Ekos printed across it, remember this: it carries the work of thousands of women farmers, the hum of Amazon, and a brand that proved beauty could be built without destroying nature. Now, from the Amazon to the global aisles, this brand took the same model and multiplied it by 1,000. At number 3 sits Garnier, a part of the L'Oreal group and with its own powerhouse sustainability called Green Beauty. Behind every Garnier shampoo or face wash lies a network of 9,000 women farmers from Burkina Faso and Morocco. These women farmers grow argan oil and shea butter that goes into the products. Garnier partners with local cooperatives that don't just provide jobs. They offer fair pay, literacy training, and access to healthcare and education programs for these women and their families. For many of them, this is their first steady income, the difference between seasonal uncertainty and year-round stability. But Garnier's impact doesn't stop with people. It extends to the planet. Every single Garnier factory now runs on 100% renewable energy, and they've already reduced their carbon footprint by 10% in 2019. Add to their shift to recycled packaging materials, and they've eliminated about 20,000 tons of virgin plastic. So now whenever you go and pick up your favorite Garnier product, you are supporting a network of women farmers, clean energy, and a circular design. It's a proof that sustainability isn't a luxury. It can be mass market, affordable, and real. But while Garnier shows the power of scale, our next brand built its entire legacy on a woman's hands, turning a family recipe into a global movement. Number 2 goes to SheaMoisture, a brand born out of heritage and hustle. Now, SheaMoisture became synonymous with textured hair care and clean beauty. But what many people don't realize is that this brand is built on one simple principle. When you uplift women, you uplift communities. It all began with Sophie Tucker, a Sierra Leonean woman in the early 1900s who started selling homemade shea butter and black soap in village markets to support her family. Her legacy has grown into a global movement, one that continues to empower tens of thousands of women across West Africa through SheaMoisture's sourcing programs. Today, the brand partners with women-led cooperatives in Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Mali, giving over 53,000 women access to fair wages, safety equipment, and business training through its Shea Gets Greener initiative. a partnership with the Savannah Fruits Company. These aren't just token projects. These are long-term supply chain relationships that help women build generational wealth. And the result? The women who once relied on seasonal farming income now run thriving micro businesses, producing and exporting the shea butter that ends up in SheaMoisture's lotions, shampoos, and body creams. Each sale doesn't just fund beauty, it fuels independence. And SheaMoisture didn't just stop at the supply chain. Through its community commerce fund, the brand has invested millions of dollars in entrepreneurship equity programs for Black women in the US, creating a full circle of empowerment from Africa to America. It's beauty that connects continents. From women cracking shea nuts under the African sun to women CEOs running beauty startups in New York and Atlanta. When a brand's legacy is born from the hands of a woman and puts them first, it's not marketing. That's a movement. And if SheaMoisture represents heritage and heart, our number one brand represents the scale of a movement. The brand that started it all, before even sustainability was a word. And finally, at number one, we have a brand that started out as a simple idea, but ended up transforming the lives of thousands. A brand that took something as ordinary as a shea nut and turned it into a symbol of independence, dignity, and women's power. It's none other than LOccitane en Provence. Now, most of us know LOccitane for its buttery hand creams, pastel stores, and that little slice of French luxury on every airport shelf. But what we don't see is the real heart of the brand, beating thousands of miles away under the hot West African sun. It all began in the 1980s when founder Olivier Baussin traveled to Burkina Faso and met a group of women who had been handcrafting shea butter for generations, not as business owners, but as laborers surviving on seasonal wages. Instead of treating them like suppliers, LOccitane did something revolutionary. They made them partners. From that one encounter grew a network of 10,000 women producers who today harvest, crack, and refine shea nuts that goes into the most iconic products by LOccitane. But the story doesn't end here. These women now lead their own cooperatives, receive literacy and business training, access to microcredit loans, and even get equipment to process and export their own products. Think about it for a moment. A luxury brand that didn't just ethically source their critical ingredient from these women farmers. It built an entire economy around them. It's a kind of a ripple that starts small but changes everything. Today, LOccitane's shea butter is fair trade certified, traceable, and responsibly produced. But more importantly, it has redefined what ethical beauty means, showing the world that commerce and compassion can coexist beautifully. So next time whenever you use a LOccitane cream, it's not only a beauty product. It is a story about how a woman's hands was able to change her future. And maybe, just maybe, the secret behind LOccitane's glow is not in their beauty product. It's in their philosophy. And that's the beauty of it. When you really look closer, behind every cream, every shampoo, every bottle, there's a story. A story of women farmers rising above circumstances, of hands that till, crack, and press, not just to make products, but to make progress. These aren't just faceless supply chains. These are lives changing, growing, and thriving. And what's truly empowering about it is that you're part of that change. Because every time you choose one of these brands, you're choosing with your wallet. You're saying yes to fair wages, yes to clean energy, yes to the education of women halfway across the world. You're proving that small choices, your choices, can ripple into a larger impact. Now, whenever you go and buy your beauty product, pause and question. Who am I empowering with this purchase? If your answer includes a women farmer, an artisan, or a small cooperative, you're already doing your part. Because the truth is, beauty isn't what you wear on your skin. It's the impact you leave behind. And if you'd like to make more smarter and conscious choices with regards to your sustainable beauty care routine, but have no clue where to begin, don't worry, just scroll down to the description. There you will find a link. Click on it, enter your email, and you'll get some free resources straight into your inbox. And if this video made you look at your beauty shelf differently, hit a subscribe, share it with your friends, and do drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep this conversation about real responsible beauty going on, because it's time we reward the brands that actually deserve our trust.